Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. I can't even believe I can stand up. Last night I had insomnia all night long. I woke up this morning, but I wasn't asleep. I just laid there. So insomnia is a misery to me. But I survived, and so I hope everyone is doing okay. If you guys have channels, I want to tell you about when I was a hairdresser. I used to show up and work no matter what. When a lot of people would say, well, what is the use? It's slow. Why should I show up? Well, because you might get a couple subscribers, and you might come up with some good content when you're all beat up. So I have some Diet Coke, the cheap stuff, the caffeine-free stuff. When I have insomnia, nothing helps. I don't take strong sleeping pills because I know eventually. And then I have some peppermint tea. So I have plenty of beverages. So here is my orchid that is fake. And here is my Halston perfume. And some of you might say, well, that's an awfully uncalled for remark, saying that Halston was more talented than Elsa. Because Elsa has worked for Tiffany for 50 years. But that is not a valid argument, because Halston died prematurely, and so did Victor Hugo. And another thing is, if you will notice, Elsa's perfume bottle stopper looks exactly like Halston's perfume. So she might be saying, well, I came up with both. Yeah, that's true. But why not just, come up with something else original? I mean, when you see this bottle, you say to yourself, oh, that's a Halston cologne. First of all, I don't think mine's real. But okay, so what I'm having for dinner, I'm not on the diet, so that's all I wanted to say on that. Uh-oh, I dropped the shrimp. Is I made some chicken. Tonight is not a diet night. And then I made some shrimp and some French fries. This kitchen has this oven has the kitchen really hot. So I'm excited to try this. I bought this shrimp at 99 cents only for $4 a bag, and this is a half a bag. I'm excited to try this. So this shrimp would be $2, and this is Dollar Tree French fries. I find them to be good. So I'm having a tasty little shrimp dinner on the cheap, on the very cheap. So I haven't gotten anywhere on the Halston video yet from the last time I reported to you. But if you have Netflix, you might as well watch it. It's good. All right, now let me show you. This is the French fries. Oh, this is the French fries from Dollar Tree. And, oh no, I was hoping I didn't do that, and then I did. And here is the package of shrimp. I think it was about $3.99, 41 to 50 shrimp, and you can bake them, so that's good news, no mess. And I bought some cocktail sauce at Walmart. This stuff is pretty cheap, like $1.24, that's cheap. It's going to cause my enjoyment of my shrimp to increase. So this is tomorrow. I think the every other day on the diet is going to do much better for me, since I hate dieting and all. Plus, that way I would be dieting 50% of the time. That would be good. I'd say the main thing is you want to make sure the shrimp are done. Raw shrimp could be really, really dangerous. I bought this 50% off, and it's been hard to squeeze out, but that's okay. I saved 50 cents. Okay, so let's try one of these. I should have brought a napkin. Yummy, yummy. Sometimes you just can't afford to go out for shrimp and steak, but shrimp and chicken and shrimp and fries is cheap. Okay. So if you're discouraged, just turn out a little video every single day and you'll be glad you did. Just do a little work. You don't have to kill yourself. Okay. I have a video for you. Award-winning chili, the Watkins Way. I posted it on my Twitter. And this is really good because it's everything in your stockpile. And he had a chili mix that he really likes. But if you have a lot of chili mixed, I would just use the one that I have. Okay. Then I bought 15 more days of, a total of 15 days of frozen food, because it's strongly possible that we might be seeing an increase in that. So what we would want to do is we would want to stockpile some, so that some extra, so that even if they raised it by, say, I could see them raising a frozen hamburger to $1.50. Look what they've done to fast food. So I already showed you some of the food that I bought. That was at 99 cents only, but I bought another hamburger. These are good. I gave one to my son. But this is what I was looking for, but they only had a few, so I just bought one, but I will get some more. This is Dollar Tree. And then I bought 2 of these. Yeah. These are good. You just pop them into the microwave. And then I bought 3 ice creams. I bought butter pecan and chocolate mint. These were $1. And I bought vanilla. And what I usually do with this stuff is I make a little shake. So I had $7 plus the stuff I already showed you. And what's great, now that I have the freezer, I can just throw the whole bag into the freezer in my living room. Yeah. There's just no way I can fit a freezer in here. There is no way. This is a small kitchen. Okay. Oh, these shrimp are good. These medium-sized shrimp aren't too expensive. I think $5 at Walmart. Mmm. So today, I found this basket. Look, this is a nice basket. And it had a liner. And in this basket was 11 cans of corn and 4 cans of peas. So you might be thinking, Rhoda, why did you take the food? Well, it was in the sun for 2 hours. Uh-oh, I'm falling apart, you guys. And I thought, well, I know what I can do with this. I know exactly what I can do with this. Remember the guy I told you about who got the sandwich at the church? So this was just sitting there, curbside. And it seems like it was in someone's garage, but it doesn't expire until 2023. Okay, so now, no. What I'm doing is I'm preparing for a depression. I think we're in a depression right now. A lot of people are doing the ostrich. So I have this list, you guys, the most commonly stolen food, cheese. So I bought a few more things at Dollar Tree. I'm preparing, remember, this is the cutest bracelet, look. And I bought this one too, and I bought this necklace at a costume shop. Okay, so I bought cheese because we're likely to have a shortage of cheese, and this was the only kind they had, so I bought one. I bought two butters because they're saying one of the reasons people are vitamin D deficient is because they're not eating butter. And then I bought one package of eggs for $1 because I plan on buying 6.60 at Walmart. And then I don't know if you guys know this, but Grocery Outlet has their own brand of these pitas. These were not cheap. These were $2.50 for 2. But you know, I bought the cheap hummus, so all I have to do is heat my pita bread. I'll throw it out there in the freezer. Okay, so most commonly stolen food. So people would get desperate. They would be really desperate, and they would say, you know, I don't want to be a thief, but you know, cheese, fresh meat. No fresh meat would be miserable. You know, this chicken is 5 pounds for $5 at Walmart. I kind of like the thighs because you don't have to defrost them. Chocolate. Okay, so since I found this out, I've been looking at chocolate, and some of the baking chocolate is way up over $2. So at 99-cent only, they have chocolate bars for $1. So I'm picking up those seafood, so that's why I tried the shrimp. I consider this shrimp successful. Infant formula. So Grocery Outlet had this for $2. So I bought 2. And last night I tried to drink 3 glasses of milk. So I mixed up two cups. It's got a bit of a weird taste, kind of like what you'd expect breast milk to taste like. But it was cheap, you guys, $2. So I'm not apt to steal infant formula. I was thinking about buying more, but I really don't need milk, but I just bought it because it was cheap. Cigarettes, not a smoker, but if I was, I try to stockpile some. Energy drinks, they have them at 99-cent only. They also have beer there. Over-the-counter medicine, there's not as good of a selection. Spices, less of a selection. Cosmetics, now in the dollar stores, I can't find hairspray. So as soon as I find some, I'll buy 4. Razor blades, yeah, that'd be bad. And alcohol, they're talking about liquor. So I will be stockpiling up cola drinks and toilet paper. The cheap stuff. Okay, now, Rhoda, why did you take the corn? Well, it just so happens that from all my years of working in Hispanic shops, if things got really, really bad, you can make really good tamales out of corn. And what you do is you put your corn, you put some kind of chilies, you put some chili sauce and some cheese. And so you need to know how to make the masa. Betty Crocker is the best for a beginner. You need 3 1/2 cups masa harina flour. This is what I bought for $1. And I noticed at Grocery Outlet, they had these 10 for $1. So, you know, you could put chicken in your tamales, you could put pork in your tamales, so you can make a lot of tamales. And if somebody was really hungry, you could give them a tamale. And another thing is you can make your tamales up and you can keep them in the freezer. And right now people are not hungry. Okay, in the city of El Cajon, I saw piles of cans as well. I saw one that looked like cans of soup, and I thought, well, maybe someone will take that. 2 1/4 cup hot water, 10 ounces of pork lard or vegetable shortening, slightly softened. So that is why you want to stockpile up some lard. It's not expensive, and it will really save you. If you run out of meat fat and you run out of, you know, fat, you're going to be in a world of hurt. 2 teaspoons salt, 1 1/2 teaspoon baking powder, and 1 to 1.5 cups chicken broth. You can use vegetable broth. Okay, in a small bowl, combine masa harina flour and hot water. Then in a large bowl, beat lard, salt, and baking powder with an electric mixer on medium-high speed 1 minute. So you want to get that mix good. In 3 additions, beat in the flour mixture, which was just flour and hot water, the masa flour. You know, my bracelet is not very expensive, so I don't want to squeeze it on there. Reduce speed to medium, beat low. On low, beat in 1 cup of broth, and then beat in additional broth until soft but not runny batter forms. Refrigerate 1 hour. Okay, so now one of the things I do know is you want to beat your masa. A lot of Mexicans beat it by hand. I think this is better if you have a good electric mixer. And so how you can tell when it's ready, if you drop a little bit into the water and it floats to the top, that's going to give you a fluffy tamale. And then the way I was taught is you have your tamale, you have to wash those. You put them in warm water and you wash them good and they will soften, and then you dry them. And on one side of your corn husk, you put the masa, your filling. We added a little slivers of carrots, potatoes, green peppers, you know, whatever vegetables you have. And then add your corn and your, you know, green peppers of some sort and your chili, and then you roll it up, and you just, how you get the strings is you just tear a piece off one end, you know, like, and then you use it and tie it together, and then you steam them. But the main thing is to know that these are not difficult to make, and that's why you want to stockpile corn. I stockpile really good pork from 99¢ only that would make awesome tamales. Okay, so now another thing why I took the peas. With peas, you can make a big pan of either macaroni and cheese, tuna casserole, or ham and peas. So all you do is you melt 1/4 cup butter, so say about, be about 4 tablespoons, and you sprinkle flour and you stir it around to create like a paste, but not too thick. Don't brown it or burn it, but cook it, and then start adding milk. Like my infant formula would be perfect for this. And also you can use coffee creamer in a pinch too. 1/3 cup coffee creamer to 1 cup water. And then you pour the water, the milk, and you create a gravy as thick as you like it. Then you add your macaroni or your noodles, and then you can add either cheese, or tuna and peas, or ham and peas. So the peas are really going to help you out. And if you if I was to make a big pan of tuna casserole, or ham, or even macaroni and cheese, and take it over to where they feed the homeless, they would eat it all. Okay, now here's some stuff we're going to be looking for. We're not alarmed, we're just preparing, and we're watchful. Prepare for widespread food shortage. Okay, right now, when you can leave, it was 14, 56, 17 cans of food for hours and no one takes it, that tells you people are not desperate for food. But the time is coming, if this is a depression, and it does seem like one, what about this massive unemployment and such, that there will be massive hunger. So you have your food, in my case, and I could take it to the Salvation Army, which is the food bank. Even the nonprofits are probably going to have food provided by the state, but if they start running out, I've donated a lot of food. Prepare for widespread food shortage. Prepare for price increases drastically. Okay, what will these price increases do? Well, they will pretty much immobilize people. When people are under stress, they don't do anything. They just sit there most of the time. Or they give up. That's why I'm telling you, if you have a channel, do a little 2 or 3 minute video every day. Let your followers decide if they want to watch it. You can't be sensitive like hairdressers. You know, I remember a story. It was a nice salon, and so the manager came by and said, "How do you like your hair?" And the lady said, "I really hate it." So, you know, that's not uncommon. Well, when you're a better hairdresser, it's not common. But that's not the point. It's the same thing as, you know, if you get a bunch of rude, obnoxious comments, you got to consider the source. A lot of times women don't really mean it. They just say stuff and it doesn't mean anything. Okay, so what it'll do is it'll immobilize the population. They can't go anywhere because they don't have gas. They can't shop and buy stuff because they don't have money. They're immobilized. So what we have to do is prepare for that and figure out what are we going to do. I've been watching Netflix. Okay, prepare for social unrest, just in case. I think it might be common to blame the other guy when it probably has nothing to do with the other guy who's probably in no better shape than you are. Okay, find out in advance where to get food. So, you know, I took my friend, I know everywhere to get food in my city. I also know everywhere to get food in the city of La Mesa, and you don't have to prove your residence in 90% of them. Also, I applied when I was sick that time for the food bank, and the seniors go first, so I can easily get food if I should need it, and let's hope I never do. Apply now for food stamps and the food banks, like I told you. So you go, I don't know how to do that. Well, you have to make it your business to find out how, or you have to get someone to help you. You know the guy I told you about who would go to the bank or go to the park and get the sandwich, and previous to that he was really starving. After a person's been in a starvation situation, they can't even think to make themselves a sandwich. They can't even think to get a can opener, or they think, I don't want to eat that. Okay, so hoard cash right now. Try to hoard as much cash as you can and guard your credit with your life. Okay, create a savings account for gas and utilities. So what I do is I just save $1 a day. And then if I need gas, I'll just buy it. Start slashing costs everywhere you can now. I've been doing that. You guys have seen me. You've seen the condition of my car. Okay, so now I want to talk to you. Some people are going, this is clearly the end. The Antichrist is going to show up. He's going to deceive the nations. And so, how will this happen? Okay, one is predicted a falling away. So what would happen is that some people could be bought out, like ministers. You see them standing there endorsing a person as the Christ, when if you ask this person, who is your mother, and his mother is not Mary, and he has an earthly mother and an earthly father, chances are it's not him. Isn't this such a cute necklace I bought? This stuff is so cheap and it gives me so much joy. Thrift store. And then when I'm done with it, I sell it at the swap meet. Okay, back to this. Okay, so what will happen is people will be paying homage to a man, especially if he should erect a statue of himself. That is a very bad sign. Okay. Also, there will be a silencing of the Christians. That's why, like in my case, I pick my battles, right? So I thought, I think I can safely get the vaccination. No, I don't care what the Pope says. I want to comply with the vaccination so that if I need to, I can get a passport and travel. During World War II, a lot of the Jews could have gotten out, but they just thought, it can't possibly get that bad. Well, it did. So I decided also at my age, if I end up sick, I have a stroke or a heart attack, you guys have seen me get sick, I want to present to that emergency room with a vaccination, so I picked my battles. Okay, now this man, first of all, will be a man. His power will become from Satan himself. It could be Satan himself. And people will worship the beast. Okay, generally the beast is the dragon. Okay, they say will be a pastor or a shepherd, but he will also have political influence of some sort. Okay, now in Islam, they already accept Christ as a messenger of God. So he can probably convince them that he is a messenger of God. And then he will have to convince the Jews, and he's going to be pretty convincing, that he is the Messiah. Okay, so that's a bad sign. Okay, they say he will have no desire for women. That's understandable. Okay, he will be a vile, evil, wicked person. He will restore justice and peace, but he will use his riches as a weapon. But he will not be a person who was born rich. He will just control the nations monetarily. So that's why this Bitcoin thing is kind of interesting. But he himself is not a person who was born wealthy. In fact, I think like the insinuation of this is a lot of people want to say it's the Pope. He wants to restrict our human rights. He wants to justify terrorism and weapons of mass destruction. So that's some of the things we're looking for. Okay, I have a couple more things. I found this stuff to be really good. I bought, I'm going to be drinking some tonight too, since it's not a diet day. And I think one of these makes about 6 cups. And they're just really tasty. They're just really sugary and yummy. Here's one. Okay, so that. And then today at Grocery Outlet, I got another box. Okay, these are $10 cookies, but now they're $5. But they're worth every penny. These are the best cookies I've ever eaten. And also I discovered that there's other brands of stuff that that company. So let me give you a little shot of my food. Please like, comment. Oh, I want my shrimp to show. And subscribe, and God bless you all.